Hello, 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 cozy crew, and welcome to the week ahead forecast. I have been sitting in contemplation of what this week might bring up for us, and we've been through a lot of astrology. Last week was very heavy with a bunch of different aspects. The week before, we had an eclipse. So remembering that we're still in the phase of that new moon eclipse that happened in Aries, the moon is waxing and we're coming towards this full moon illumination, accumulation moment. Full moons are a time to celebrate. They're a time to let go. They are a time to surrender. And oh, surrender we must this week. With this full moon in Scorpio happening early in the week on Tuesday. And I find it very interesting. We start the week Monday. There is a void of course moon in the afternoon, Monday, all the way till 11:30-ish, I think it is, on Tuesday. And then the moon moves into Scorpio. So there is this long void of course moon in the sign of Libra. The moon goes into Scorpio, and then we get the full moon on that Tuesday evening. Okay. And I've titled this, emotional maturity as kind of a theme for the week. I want you to be thinking about your emotions. I want you to be thinking about how you come to your emotions, how you deal with them. Where and how do you see emotional maturity around you? Maybe how are you trying to learn emotional maturity? Another word we might throw around is emotional sobriety. We might not feel very sober this week. Paying and tuning into our addictions is something that is going to be asked of all of us. And this isn't a week that I would say do any mind altering substances. This isn't a week that I would say get, caught in those moments of when you're feeling those really hard feelings. Reach for the good things, because this might be a week where we kind of lose ourselves in the feelings. One of my favorite things to think about for the Taurus Scorpio axis, so a full moon means the sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Scorpio. This axis, Taurus, is about blooming. It's about the flowers. It's about fertility. The ruler is Venus. Okay. And Scorpio energy is about the composting. It's about the falling away. In Scorpio season, things die in order to be reborn. The leaves are falling off the trees and going back into the soil in order to help fertilize it come Taurus season. Then the blooms are regenerated. So they intrinsically are part of the same axis, but they're very different energies. I want to start with reading to you from the prophet. And a woman spoke, saying, "Tell us of pain." And he said, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles in your life? Your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. And you would accept the seasons of your heart, even as you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your fields. And you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain is self-chosen. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. Pain, fear, grief, trauma, all of these things might come up and through with the Scorpio energy. We also have Mercury going direct this week. So Mercury direct is bringing forth this, 3-week long journey And I have the dates there in your email of the Mercury cycle. So reviewing those, looking back, seeing if you have kind of started a seed there with that Mercury in your Aries house. But Mercury coming direct, that also means that Mercury is going very, very slow. So I keep feeling this energy of anticipation, like we might want to be hitting the ground running, and it kind of feels like we're running in mud. It kind of feels like we are in that Scorpio swamp. Okay. And if we've neglected it, if we've neglected this swamp, it's dank and has some stank, and we have to clear that out. Okay. I like to think about Taurus as material clutter. So all of this Taurus season, it's a great time to spring clean. It's a great time to, have a garage sale, make use of or get rid of some of the things that you're not using, declutter. But then the full moon in Scorpio is asking us for emotional decluttering, for really feeling those feelings that maybe we've been holding off on. There's some self-imposed things that might be coming up. And with Mercury direct, we're going to see a lot more. Like I've been seeing a lot of frustration, irritation, that Aries energy of just like snapping or biting, or it's very instinctual. At a high level, it can be this really powerful energy that we're getting things done, we're getting things started. But with Mercury going direct, it's still going quite slow. And I really find that day or two after Mercury goes retrograde or direct are like kind of the loudest days when it comes to Mercury. So and things not maybe going the way that you hoped, maybe going wrong, and remembering that this is our last kind of influence to slow down, to course correct, remembering that Mercury is bringing these messages for you for the best. Okay. And then Sunday,